But the coin that I added to the portfolio today is called vEmpire.
And they are the largest decentralized metaverse investment organization in the world.
Hello, everybody. What a lovely day it is. Let you kick off, and I'll do some button tapping in the background. You know what comes after Roby and Qcoin? When Binance. Hello, everybody. Hope everyone is doing okay. Nice to see a bit of a rally up in the markets. I won't give the doom and gloom and talk to you about anything bearish at all. I'm going to have a completely neutral day for once. And speaking of market neutral, we're talking to an exchange today. I think the first time we've had somebody from exchange on this show. To my understanding, they're making a lot of moves in the market, especially known throughout Turkey and the derivatives area, and our most recent listing. So we got the MD of Bitget with us today.
Hi.
Hello, Grace. How are you?
Yes. Am I on live already?
Yeah, you're live.
Hi, everyone.
Don't say anything. Don't say anything dodgy yet.
Cool.
Yeah. Thanks for joining. How are you today?
I'm good. Just actually, I live in US right now, so I kind of just wake up. Where are you based, by the way?
I'm in the UK, so just southwest of London. Where in the US are you?
I'm in Boston, so I'm pursuing a part-time business degree at MIT. That's why I'm based here. But my main time and focus is still with Bitget, the exchange that we were talking about.
Fair enough. At least you're Eastern time and not Pacific time then. Otherwise, it would be very early. Exactly. But yeah, I mean, I've seen Bitget coming up a lot this year. Especially, I think it tends to go, and I've noticed that there's like cycles. I think I'd say last year, I saw crypto.com sort of came quite sort of up, and then Qcoin became quite prominent. But then I think towards the end of this year, I've seen Bitget very much sort of pushing forward and becoming much more of a well-known name. So yeah, maybe you could give us an introduction of yourself, the exchange, and you know why you guys are sort of pushing and what the goals are.
Sure. So like you mentioned, we are becoming very much like one of the leaders in the crypto exchange. And Bitget was actually established in 2018. Right now, we're one of the largest leading cryptocurrency exchange with a core focus on social trading. Exchanges offer more or less similar products, so we can talk about social trading, which is our differentiation factor, slightly more later if you're interested. Well, right now we currently serve more than 2 million users in more than 50 countries around the world, and our mission is to promote decentralized finance, and we have more than 800 people right now representing more than 40 nationalities. Well, right now, besides our flagship product, which is called Bitget One-Click Copy Trade, we have multiple innovative products in futures, in quantitative trading strategies, in spot market, in OTC, Launchpad, etc. And the last thing that I forgot is our trading volume, which a lot of people will ask. So we have about 8.1 billion USD in average daily trading volume.
Fair enough. And how is that split across derivatives and spot?
Still, right now we are mainly in derivative. You're right. But right now we also have a very interesting initiative which we call zero fee for spot trading. The name explains itself already. So for all the spot market trading pairs, not only BTC and ETH, but all the pairs, we charge zero fee. And we indeed see a lot of volumes coming in after this initiative.
I can imagine. Certainly makes market makers jobs easier and all the projects. So yeah, very much appreciated. As someone who does market making for multiple different tokens, it's certainly what I've noticed is that the fee levels at other exchanges it's gone one of two ways. Some have very much upped it, and then others have gone the zero fee level. But again, like working with my market makers, we are allocating predominant volume and activities on the ones where it doesn't cost us. So it's definitely a wise decision that's paying off from what I can see anyway. But you mentioned the social trading aspect. Could you touch on that in more detail? Because I know that you guys like, I see a lot of trading channels occasionally are like sponsored or like have like referral links to you guys. Is that what you mean, or is it something different?
Not necessarily. So sponsoring some channels or influencers is maybe it's very slight part of it. While social trading, let me maybe explain what social trading is first. So social trading, as the name explains itself, so it has the social elements and the trading elements. It's kind of like combining both in terms of people can observe and interact with other traders and then mimic their strategy and execute on them. So that's the idea of social trading. This is actually a very familiar concept in traditional finance industry as well. It came around 2003, 2005, and then it's becoming a trend or not necessarily like a very observed or obvious trend, but for example, in this 2015 World Economic Forum, let me see if I can find it. So that's a WEF report which talked about social trading, and it describes social trading as a key disruptive factor in traditional finance because it gives an edge to the investors, as the investors are actually competing against the market together rather than against each other, which is like normally it should be a zero-sum game. And since that competing against the market, it gives them an edge. Yeah, so that's the idea of social trading. While in Bitget, what you mentioned about like some more interactive with our influencers or sponsors is just like one part of it. We have this product called one-click copy trade. I briefly mentioned it. We're number one in all the crypto trading exchanges right now in terms of trading volume on copy trade, and we are actually one of the main exchanges came up with it 2 years ago, and there are a lot of more exchanges following our steps and did that. But one-click copy trade is obviously a part of social trading, and then we have a lot of strategies around that as well. We have just recently launched our Insight platform, which is like a financial version of Twitter or LinkedIn or Facebook, where people can talk to each other. And we've invited a lot of very prominent influencers in our crypto space to share their strategy and share their opinion on macroeconomics, this crypto winter, on how to make money, how to not lose money, etc. And then there are some more interesting products around with some social elements. For example, in Asian culture, there is a something called Lunar New Year, where people will send some pot wrap, which sometimes we also call it red packet, to each other during the festival season. And now you can send.
Is that the one with mooncake?
Yes. No, sorry. Not mooncake is like one of the festivals that we do send a red packet to each other, to our family and friends. But then it's like Chinese New Year, or we say Lunar New Year in some other Asian non-China countries or cities. During the Lunar New Year, yeah, we also do that.
Somebody said that they would send me some mooncake once because I told them I'd never had it, but I never got it. So I can't comment. I don't know what it's like.
Mooncake is like a dessert, actually. I can send that to you as well, because I'm coming to London in a few weeks for Tokyo 249 London.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, if you're going there, we can always meet, and I'll let you taste it as well.
I'll be I know where to get my mooncake then. Yeah, so we're going to be at Lisbon, but I think that ends on the 8th and London starts that day or maybe the day after even. So yeah, I think we definitely have at least some people. Well, we're definitely going to the Lisbon one, and since we're in the UK, most of our team will probably be there too. So I could finally get some hands on that mooncake. So that's that's great. I knew copy trading because I used to, like, ages and ages ago. I used to have an account with eToro, which obviously they are mainly like stocks, but they do have, only like some of they don't have a good selection of like spot. They just have like the big ones, and they've got awful spreads. But that's sort of the first type of, I guess, the first time I saw social trading was with them. But yeah, they're very expensive to trade on, rather than you guys. What is and obviously no financial advice given on this channel, but what is the general exchanges outlook on the market?
Okay, so right now we do agree it's a crypto winter, and that without further explanation, I mean that's quite obvious. And I also want to kind of disclaim that it's impossible for us to predict exactly where when the bear market will end, because we do not have a crystal ball. And we also remind you that investing in cryptocurrency is about making your own decision, and no financial advice from my side, but I would love to share some insights or opinions since you asked. Well, for example, if we're talking about Bitcoin, which because let's first talk about Bitcoin because it's the major cryptocurrency that's leading the market. So keep in mind that after the 2017 rise, Bitcoin had fallen, and then it fell again in 2022 after a rise last year, and since 2018, Bitcoin has tapped around the 11.7K area 3 times before breaking it on the way up. And this current range we are experiencing right now is between 18K to 20K, with fairly robust support and medium-term resistance in between this range that will need to be bridged to at least to get a healthy medium-term trend. And right now, I think there's like little downside resistance if the 18K here is invalidated. So we could go lower quickly if that resistance level is breached. But this is like more of the indicators on this technical analysis side. And the bear market will very likely last longer, we think. And the bottom can be tested and approved many more times before we actually have a very bullish trend. That's the major idea. But I also personally talk to a lot of like analysts or friends. We kind of feel that this trend wouldn't go like forever, because like for example the Bitcoin or the cryptocurrency itself, for the past 10 plus years since Satoshi Nakamoto published Bitcoin white paper, there's almost nearly like always there's a 3.5 to 4 year internal cycle or embedded in this cryptocurrency. So we hope that, or we kind of think that this should end at around late 2023 or early 2024 for the next bull market to come. But right now, by the way, I think right now it's a good time to start investing if you haven't done so. And the best strategy is probably through dollar cost averaging rather than put a lump sum in.
Yeah, I think I'm so bored of this current range, to be honest. Like, I just want either way, either chaos and go straight down or break out. But I'm so done of 18 to 20. It's just like if you don't have time to trade, as in like buy low, sell high, and keep doing it, then it's just so frustrating. Especially when obviously working in the industry, you want there to be the sort of as much as it shouldn't be that way, you know, everybody is eyes on when the market's green and everyone's buying green candles, when really people should be buying the red. But it's just not how human psychology works. There's a bit of a mix that I've noticed in the fact that the halvening is obviously what everybody points to in these 4-year cycles. But funnily enough, it's also been in time with liquidity and Federal Exchange QE cycles. So in the 2013 cycle, you had the beginning of QE from the European Central Bank and influx of liquidity to the market. You then had the same sort of into 2017, and then 2018 is when they started hiking again ahead of COVID. And then obviously after COVID, they cut everything, turned the printer back on, we had 2021. So the halvening cycles have actually tied up as well to liquidity cycles where the dollar has been dropping because of the additional printing. So it's the halvening is definitely an impact. I'm just not sure. I think a lot of people associate the halvening of Bitcoin emissions with the bull run, when I think it might just be that it happens to match up with QE. I'm not sure which one has the more impact, but we'll only find out when we have a time when Bitcoin halvening is happening at the same time as like quantitative tightening or something. But it seems to be that by the time we get the next halvening, they probably messed up the economy again, and we'll have the printer back on for that period as well. So yeah, I'm sort of hoping that they just get it over with. Something's going to break, and then they'll turn it back on, and then everyone's happy for a short period until it goes wrong. But yeah, what can we do?
Build on your point, you talked about QE. I also think that macro factors in our industry are mainly two. The first one is QE you were talking about, or the dollar index, or whatever, the inflation interest rate. And then I think there's another factor, which is many developed countries. They are coming up with many more clarified and positive attitudes towards crypto, and announcing new crypto regulations. I think that might bring an end to bear market as well. So there are two major macro factors that we should think about, and there are many more micro factors in our industry. For example, ETH merge. The system is becoming more the ETH is becoming a deflationary status, and a contributing factor affects ETH price on a daily basis. And then there are a lot of new applications built on ecosystem, mainly in Ethereum, and make it more valuable. And also the halving you talked about. So these are some micro factors. And then I want to also maybe adding, there are some event-driven factors. For example, very soon we are starting to see World Cup. We can definitely talk about footballers, since we have really good news announcing recently, which the World Cup is bringing a lot of systematic traffic, especially in the GameFi or sports sectors or sports related tokens. And there are a lot of new launch on some interesting projects, leading the traders to do speculations in the short run. So these are all the factors we should think about, or someone should think about when doing investment in the space.
Yeah, I've already seen a lot of World Cup e-news popping up. But yeah, I think that's the thing with cryptos. There's always like trends and seasons, like VEMP and vEmpire as a sort of metaverse, and gaming is probably the niche we fit into the most. We were well impacted by the Facebook rebranding, even though our token launched before that. But obviously, if you're in the last sort of hot thing, those that go up the most, when the market turns, you get the same what goes up must come down. So it's interesting how you had last year, you had sort of gaming and Axie, and then that sort of melted into the metaverse. And then, yeah, since January, the trend is just everything down. But yeah, it's interesting to see how, well, it's like the new meta in the market now is Vitalik tweets. So the X, like, have you seen the tickers he tweets? People are just making tokens of. There's a new token called there's one called like Dai. Apparently, Dai in Chinese is something funny. But I don't know I don't know what the joke is, but he said something like that. I can't remember. Maybe you can tell us. I don't know.
Dai in Chinese, it means lending. So that's, and also I think that's the surname of someone the founder wants to kind of celebrate, who started investing and talking about Bitcoin and DeFi very early.
As in, do you say as in lending, as in like borrowing and like?
Yeah, like borrowing.
Yes. Oh, that's interesting. So the word, yeah, Dai is also the word for lending. Is it? Yeah, that's a bit strange, especially in the current market where literally there is tons of high interest rates on lots of debt and lending. But I guess that is the thing. But yeah, I've seen those sort of going in the waves. But it's whenever you get like a game changing. Well, I say game changing. It doesn't always have to be like that, but any sort of new hyped. It's like when nothing was called something Inu until Shiba Inu. There were no food-based swaps until you had Pancake Swap, and then you had everything like Burger Swap, Bakery Swap, and yeah, it's frustrating the lack of originality sometimes in the crypto market. It's like, I can't think of anything myself, so that seems to be doing well, let's copy that. But yeah, I mean, I guess all activity is good activity, as we're seeing from all the ETH being burned by that Zen token, which everybody is minting for free, and that's why gas is being
very ridiculously high, right?
Yeah, so it's thing is, I see the guy tweeting, and it started out about accessibility, and now it's like he's just following trends. He's saying, "Oh, look, the token's worthless, but it's deflating ETH." He's like pretending that this was like his plan all along, or like sharing like the amount of like ETH addresses added since the time. And then, yeah, pretending that was a plan. But a lot of Ponzi's in crypto, as we well know.
Yeah.
So just about make sure to filter through them. But yeah, we got to talk about Messi.
Sure.
You thought, well, if Binance went with Ronaldo, you'll have to go with his rival. Is that you challenging Binance? Is that you saying for you?
Well, actually, we started talk to Messi long before they announced the cooperation with Ronaldo. But you're right that right now there are only 2 exchanges in the world who can make such a famous footballers joining or partnering with crypto exchanges. Binance with Ronaldo and us with Messi. I myself is not a big football fan. I generally just watch footballers with my ex-boyfriends or my pet or my father. But I myself also like heard of these like legends a lot through them and through my friends. But yeah, so not necessarily following the steps, but you're right. There are only like 2 exchanges who are partnering with such like big ballers or the major legendary football star.
And is that part of an overall strategy to try and convert like current non-crypto users?
Yeah, it is. So right now, what we see from this partnership, and also since we have previously sponsored another footballer club, which is Italy's oldest and most established football club, Juventus, since that's last year. So in September 2021, around same period as now, we've seen a lot of growth from our even from among our partnership. Like for example, some partners or some corporations weren't going that through that well. Or not established, and after they see some major support from all these sponsorships, they started to talk to our people and get very interested in partnering with our exchange as well. So I think these are the ways that we have some taste of like good result out of it, like some taste of sweet. And also there is a win-win situation around partnering of crypto space and football or like sports in general, even including esports space, because a lot of people in those space are interested in getting to know crypto as well. For example, this event we had in late July in Los Angeles. So we invited some Juventus football star to join us over there for a CSR, for a corporate social responsibility event, a charity event to support women in STEM or girls in STEM. But the first thing that those footballers come and asked us is, what is the cryptocurrency I should buy today? And what's your opinion on Bitcoin? What's your thought on the market trend? So they are very interested in the space as well. That's why we think this is a win-win situation, and we would love to work more with Messi and his football fans, as well as the general public, to get them more educated about crypto space and hopefully interested in investing with us. But we do think that whoever is interested, especially the new crypto users, it's important for them to get them self-educated.
Fair enough. So when they say what is the crypto I should be buying, now you can say VEMP.
Definitely. I myself is not a big fan of it. I tasted it when it was first launched, but I myself is not a fan, honestly.
Fair enough. I think one other thing that I was going to, I was interested for my own, whenever you guys are doing sort of this sort of marketing, speaking with these footballers, and I've seen that Bitget are very much, spending and very active in this bear market. Did you guys recently get taken over, or is there like a new owner or investor in the business? I was just wondering, obviously this stuff costs money, and I've very much seen that you guys are spending it at the moment, I presume. So I was just wondering sort of, where that push has come from.
Okay. So actually we are not acquired or have like major, we did have a new round of investment and kind of just in between. It's still in between, but it's not because of this investment, because it's not really a lot of money. Well, to me, it's more about the singularity point. So we've been in the space since 2018. It takes time for everyone to know us, for us to establish our brand, establish our innovative product, serve the platform, as well as build enough partnerships and generate enough revenue. So it's more like last year, end of last year, early this year, we kind of touched that singularity point where you see tremendous growth or exponential growth. That's very common in technology space. Like you really need some time to establish yourself first. So it's mainly about this. And right now, even if it's a bear market or a crypto winter, a lot of people say, we think it's a golden time or golden window to build our platform, continuing attracting talents, as well as building innovative product fit for our customers. So, and also, of course, establish ourselves more in terms of branding on all the spaces that we see a lot of fit and interest. We talked about sports and esports. That's where we are mainly focusing on right now. Yeah, so that's the major reasons that we are putting in a lot of money, because we have earned a lot. And why we have earned a lot? Because we are more and more well established, and more people are interested in trading with us. We have mainly served the retail customers, and that covers a lot of places around the world.
Fair enough. Answers that one well. This one could be good for anybody hoping to get their token onto the exchange. How do you shortlist for listing? What factors do Bitget use to filter through what is worthy of getting onto your exchange?
Mm-hmm. That's a great problem. Great question, because we got asked a lot. Actually, right now we have mainly 3 criteria. If I remember correctly, let me see. We were talking about that yesterday, but that will be mainly 3. So firstly, we only list the very good quality products. For example, those who are revolutionizing the industry, rather than just wanna like be there, get a quick taste of whatever or those Ponzi kind of tokens. We're not interested in them. And the 3 criteria we look into is, firstly, the tokenomics, whether it's scientific or it makes sense to the community or not. And then we also look at the team profile and investment profile, see whether this project has experience, or if they are well established, they know what they are doing, they are capable of doing those things, rather than a very short-term gain. And then the third thing we look into is their community, whether they are really very active, or the community is active on all those crypto native platforms, such as the Twitter space, the Discord. And not only just look at those followers number, because it could be fake. A lot of time the followers, and they can just buy followers, right? We will look very much into what people are saying exactly, whether that's like real volume rather than faking volume. So we look at all these factors a lot. And I have a whole team on listing department to justify that. And then there's an investment committee to make the decision in terms of what are the tokens we want to list.
Fair enough. I think that when we listed, and we still have some of these ongoing, so for anybody watching, are you guys, and do you have any referral campaigns? For example, we had the VEMP to Earn campaign not long ago, and we've got the current AMA campaign, which users can enter right now. Is there any other sort of promotional activities that Bitget is doing, maybe around like the Messi announcement or anything like that coming up?
Yes. So right now we have something called affiliate program. It's a affiliate in a referral program, where we just provide the users with a link that can be shared by our influencers or any individuals to conduct transaction on Bitget, and the referring person can receive some commission. But we are indeed coming up with more programs around this sponsorship with Messi, and also around many other initiatives that we have right now. So the benefits we established for this affiliate program are mainly the first one would be live lifetime profit. So for every referral, they get like about 40% of the profit from the referee, and then people can monetize the influence, and that's like a permanent link for people, for our influencers to share, and etc. So these are the benefits. But I think mainly they should check our affiliate program website, which is let me see. I can share that link to you so that you can share that with people, whoever is interested. But the basic idea is the sponsorship with Macy is ongoing. It's not just like we announced. We recently announced it, but it's just like announcement. We will have much more things to come up and to share with the public in terms of what we exactly want to do. And there are a lot of interesting things happening also, not only for referral campaign, but for all our users or whoever is partnering and working with us.
Good stuff. We've had a few, and anybody else in the audience, we've had a few questions already, but please do post anything that you want answered. But yeah, we've already got some, one here from Crypto Savage saying, what are Bitget's plans on competing against the top 5 exchanges? So by that, I presume they're talking about like, you know, Binance, Coinbase, like FTX, etc.
Mm-hmm. Well, actually, in terms of derivative trading market, we are among top 5 already. So for CoinGecko or previously CoinMarketCap, that these media are crypto media. So in terms of the derivative trading volume, we are already one of the biggest one. And then there is Forbes, who just published a report on June, July, and it listed the top 10 crypto exchanges by overall real Bitcoin volume. So they deducted the fake part that they think, which a lot of exchanges will have. And in terms of the Bitcoin spot trading together with the Bitcoin perpetual and futures trading, we are also among top 5, and we are actually the 5th. And the 4th in front of us are Binance, FTX, OKX, and Bitget. And then there are a lot more following our lead. So indeed, we are already very big, but back to your question, we think, I talked about social trading, so that's one differential factor. But for this year, we have seen a lot of explosive growth. And in the near future, our goal is to, we want to commit to strengthening and innovating the product range, as well as promoting the adoption of crypto trading around the world, with the aim to be part of the bigger space that connects CeFi, DeFi, and result in a expensive bridge to the vast web of crypto. And yeah, so all the product innovation are very important, as well as the branding or the growth, the marketing side of the company. And we work a lot on both. So for example, we really want to be in our users' shoes. And that's the thing we think is so key to not only any exchange, like to any platform or any company that people are building. Yeah, think about what your users want. And for Bitget, we think our users, firstly, they want a good trading experience. They want safety. They want a valuable or value-worthy kind of product. And that's indeed why we are building this whole innovative product, and we give our users and customers a very good experience. If you don't have good experience with Bitget, you let me know. I'll let my product team fix as well. And then we have this protection fund, which is a 200 million asset under management in terms of USDT and BTC. That's 200 million equivalent USD or USDT kind of amount we're talking about. So that's the protection fund established to help protect our users. and to ensure that the platform will be safe to use, going against any hacks or any system instability sort of thing, which we think shouldn't happen. And if in the very unlikely event of those things happening, we have a fund to protect our users. Yeah, so these are all the initiatives we come up around our user experience, and I think building on this gradually, we can achieve even higher growth and better user experience. And there isn't a magical formula. For example, like what if I do then I can become number one in the space. I think that's just impossible. So we just want to build gradually and make the whole experience much better for everyone.
Yeah, I think a lot of people, especially sort of retail users, as a token founder myself and listing on multiple exchanges, I don't think a lot of people realize just how little organic volume there is on like some smaller exchanges. I think that where a lot of people like just want tokens to list on any and every single exchange, there is only very few where it's actually worth it from a token founder's perspective. And I don't think a lot of like your normal consumers and retail realize that there's a lot of I won't name any because not get them in trouble, but some of the exchanges that like even we're on, they just don't have the organic buyers, and therefore if they don't have free trading either, you're spending more money sort of on the market making than you will be on the actual thing. So yeah, I think a lot of people presume that if exchanges are working, it means that they have customers, when there's a lot of exchanges with very few actual real customers who somehow pull the wool over. And there's some exchanges that used to have customers who now, like, it's like ghost towns there. So yeah, organic volume and organic spot, as you mentioned in that top 10, where you said that you were just under like Binance and the other ones, is so important, because if you don't have that depth to the order book, then you just slice through like the chart like anything, even with like small little sells or buys. So yeah, definitely good to hear. We got a few more that have come through. This one is, what are the best features on the copy trading platform? Yeah, that's the, they also asked about safety, but you already covered the fund thing. So yeah, just what about some of the best features on the copy trading platform?
Okay, so copy trading, as we mentioned, this is our flagship product. And some highlights are, firstly, there is actually, you talked about fake or real trading or user activity. Well, right now in our click copy trade, there we see a lot of high user activity on a user-friendly UI, and there are millions of traffic exposure, especially for the star copy traders, which we sometimes call them elite traders. And also the copy traders can get up to 8% of their commission profits rather than AUM, asset under management. So it has to make their followers gain money so that the copy traders, the elite traders, can gain money. And then we have a lot of filters to select, and we kind of abandon those traders, whoever is doing harm to the system or to their users. So I think these are all highlights and interesting features that we have in copy trading. This copy trading is a very specific area or asset product investment tool on Bitget. And we also have I actually can't remember exactly whether we launched or not, but if it's not launched, but it will come soon, because I've heard a lot about copy trading for for spot already. So we not only offer copy trading for derivative, we're also building the same thing, the same feature or product for our spot users.
Those who don't want to take as much risk or want to have a nice calm experience without the
I'm more of a holder rather than a very risky trader.
Well, yeah, those who want to sleep at night.
Sure.
Another one here, which is interesting from vEmpire's angle, is our sort of area. Are there any plans for sort of NFTs and GameFi? I know thing is a lot of like exchanges have tried to break into this area, and it's certainly one that's proving difficult for adoption. I know the Coinbase NFT had like an awful start, but yeah, is that something that you guys are thinking about, or you I'm not aware, or already have?
Okay, so for NFT, a lot of people ask us as well, but our plan is not isn't like we don't plan to launch NFT platform very soon. One reason being what you mentioned, a lot of exchanges who launched that platform, we don't see a lot of real growth or real trading volume, especially in this bear market right now. So that's the number one reason. And another reason is actually we have a sister company, like Bitget has this sister multi-chain crypto wallet company called Bitget, and it serves more than 6 million users from more than 100 countries around the world, and they partner with more than 30 mainnets already, including Ethereum, Polygon, Solana, BNB chain, etc. And they have the NFT market as well, and we see a lot of trading volume on that platform. So Bitget is not doing it because our sister company Bitget is already doing NFT already. So back to your question, we're not launching our NFT platform soon.
Fair enough. To be fair, it's actually quite refreshing to hear somebody isn't, because everyone is
right.
Everyone was trying, but yeah, it's like it's so hard to actually break into. It's like I always wonder whenever I see people like buying these tokens, like for example, I mentioned about Foodbased swaps, and I see people buying like burger swap or bakery swap rather than pancake swap, and I just think like, why? Like it's so hard once there's an established DEX or an established NFT platform to get people to actually use that platform. Like it's so hard to do, but everybody always wants people to sort of go out there. And a lot of people, just with like DEXs in particular, they'll end up just sort of using the liquidity from somewhere else anyway. So it doesn't actually, sort of make that much difference. But yeah, certainly refreshing to hear, sort of sticking with what you guys are known for and have that experience with. But yeah, I think from what I can see, there is one last element which we haven't really spoken about, which is your exchange token. There's been a few questions on BGB and also about like the features of staking it and what that gets in terms of like IEOs or like airdrops or anything like that.
Okay, so I'm glad I saw this comment as well, that this person bought BGB early in, let me see, June. Did he say June? Yeah, but quite a lot, and congrats. So I think around June the price, and until yesterday or the recently it's around 0.2. Let me check. But the basic idea is indeed about 0.2 USD for BGB. That's our exchange platform token. So it should be doubled already, roughly, or more or less. I myself bought a lot of, or hold a lot of BGB as well. I do agree with this person who said BGB is the new BNB, because if you do a very quick analysis on the on the value itself. If you compare the trading volume or the exchange influence together with the price of their platform token, you will know that BGB is very underpriced right now. Yeah, I mean, I'm from Bitget, so there isn't. It makes a lot of sense that I do long this cryptocurrency, but not just because I'm an employee or I work here, but also in terms of the value I was talking about. I think it's worth buying still until now. Well, in terms of getting listed in other exchanges, I might have some inside info which cannot be shared this public, but we are definitely talking to many other exchanges, but exactly like when or how we are trading on this and when that can be listed in what exchanges, I wouldn't be able to disclose this information, but we are talking to other exchanges, and we do hope that there will be much more volume coming in. Yeah, but yeah, just like the underpriced part, I think that's that makes sense already.
Okay, so are there, if the hope is for it to be the new BNB, is there already plans in the works for a EVM chain with the token?
Okay, so right now we are not planning any EVM chain, honestly, and it's just like we have so many features to build on our platform. Making another chain is not part of the plan, at least for the moment.
Fair enough. Thought I'd ask anyway. But yeah, I think that's pretty much all the questions that haven't been covered already. But yeah, definitely been interesting to find out the plans of the exchange. As for the vEmpire's community, VEMP is listed now on Bitget. We have some activities ongoing at present for trading and multiple others that you can find in the comments or in either of our channels. So please do subscribe if you've been watching, asking any questions. Thanks so much for joining, Grace. And yeah, until we speak again, until I get my mooncake. Sure.
Yeah, be sure you are in London at that time.
I will be
there. Yeah.
If I know I'm getting the mooncake, then yeah, you won't be able to keep me away.
Maybe some very interesting Chinese restaurant I can explore in London as well. I've been there once, but not very familiar. So you might be my tour guide as well.
See, I do know a good couple actually. There's one that I like called Hakkasan. That's Michelin star in Mayfair. There's also the Lucky Cat. That's a Gordon Ramsay one. And there's one more. Park Chinois. That's another one. There you go. Free even. We could breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Sure. Yeah. Let's do that.
Nice one. Brilliant. Thanks so much for joining, everybody. Remember to like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you. Be sure to subscribe